I think we're getting there. Awesome. Looks like we're in. Hey everyone. Thank you for joining me today, either live or in the replay. It's great to see you again. My name is Lori Mage and I'm a life and leadership coach. And my goal in these videos is to help you live and lead your most authentic, most awesome, kick-ass life. A life that feels true to you, authentic to you, valuable, and worthwhile to you. So that's the goal behind these videos. And today's video, this is a follow-up to the video that I did on Thursday. Just making sure my mute's on here. Not on. Yeah, so this is a follow-up to the video I did on Thursday, but anybody and everybody can actually get value out of the video today. If you're into personal development, if you're wanting to pick up some tools and tips to help you live and lead your most authentic, most awesome kick-ass life, you will get value today. So today's topic is about two mistakes that I have made in my own life and I see happen often in the lives of the people that I work with. And there are mistakes over the years that I've made that I want to encourage you not to make. Now, I chose this topic today because they're not just mistakes that I've made over the years, but the more and more I do this work supporting others and actualizing their potential, the more I realize just how common these mistakes are. And if these mistakes, if they're not addressed, they can cost you years of frustration and years of unhappiness. So again, this is a follow-up to Thursday, and just a quick reminder that on Thursday, I shared with you two questions that we can use to help us clarify what our next action step is whenever we're feeling stuck. So if you're feeling stuck in a job, feeling stuck in your marriage, in a relationship, even stuck in a conversation or just stuck in life, there were two questions I gave you to help you get out of feeling stuck and actually tap into the potential that lies dormant when we do feel stuck. And that potential is wisdom and power. There's wisdom and power in those moments that we're feeling stuck. And there's two questions that can help us tap into that. So the first question is, do you remember what it was if you watched? The first question was, what do I want, right? And the second question was, are my behaviors helping me get what I want? And again, these two questions help us unlock the wisdom and the potential that is offered to us through situations that we find ourselves feeling stuck in. Now, if you're watching this video right now, it's probably because you love to learn and grow and find new ways to improve your life, ideas to help you overcome challenges that you're facing. And you might identify with the term personal development junkie. That's me. I am a personal development junkie. I love to learn about these ideas, learn how I can make my life better. But here's the thing, is that it doesn't matter how many books, how many blogs, how many videos I watch, or how many things I can quote, how many models I can share. If I'm not practicing them, if I'm not actually applying them in my own life, then nothing changes. So this leads to the first common mistake that we make, and that's not applying these ideas that we're learning about, which sounds like common sense, but as we all know, common sense, especially in cases like this, is rarely common practice, right? So if we truly want to live and lead our most authentic, most awesome kick-ass lives, we gotta develop practice around these things. We've got to stop just looking at these ideas and being inspired by them, but not inspired enough to take action, right? So we got to get in the habit of actually applying these things, which leads to the second mistake that I commonly see in my own life and in the lives of others, is that when we do practice them, we apply them to big situations, right? The only time we don't think about it in our day-to-day life of applying these things, we apply them when we're really feeling the pressure, when we're under a lot of stress, which if we wait to apply these ideas to when the pressure's on, it's just like a recipe for disaster, right? And that makes me think of baseball, professional baseball players. I was a softball player. I played college softball. So I often relate stories to sport. But anyways, when you think about a professional baseball player, And can you imagine if the only time that they practiced was during games? How successful would they be at doing their job well, of continuing to play professional baseball? And so if we're not practicing between our games, right, how can we honestly expect ourselves to perform when it really counts during game time when the pressure's on? Which brings to the point and practice of the video today. What I want to encourage us all to do is to use the questions that I shared on Thursday, right? Those 2 questions, to encourage us to use them all day, every day, not just when the big events happen, and not to overlook the simplicity of them. And to really encourage you to use these questions even in the most mundane situations. And the more mundane it is, the better it is. And the reason I say that is because mastery comes through the mundane. Mastery comes through the mundane. How we do anything is how we do everything. You've probably heard that before. Or what about the big things come through the little things, right? So if we really want to be able to pause during those stressful times, when the emotions are intense, and pause and ask ourselves, what do I want here? When you're in that heated conversation, or you're upset with your boss, or you're frustrated by our job, like to be able to pause during those intense emotions and ask yourself, what do I want? And are my behaviors helping me get that? Then we need to practice doing it when the stress is low, when the stress is not high. That's the reason when I was in high school, I was able to hit over 500%, is because we hit literally hundreds of balls every single week before our games, right? And not only did we hit hundreds of balls, but they were the simplest situation. They were on a tee. A tee, like T-ball, like 7-year-olds are using T-balls, right? Like they hit off of a tee. So we're high school athletes doing this for years. And how do we practice for games? We hit off of a tee. Like, talk about mundane and simple. But that's where the mastery comes. It's through the mundane. And a playful example of this happened last night with me and Jen, is that we were feeling stuck on what we were going to have for dinner. And playfully I asked her, well, what do you want? Right? Because I just talked about that on Thursday. What do you want? And then I followed up with, are your behaviors helping you get that? And we both laughed, and instead of ordering through DoorDash, which is what we were leaning towards, we ended up making some dinner together, and it was awesome. And so again, when we're feeling stuck, there's power and there's wisdom in that moment, just waiting to be unlocked. When we ask ourselves, what do I want? That brings wisdom, that brings clarity. And then when we ask ourselves the follow-up of, are my behaviors helping me get it? Again, more wisdom and power. Because the only thing we can control are our behaviors. We can't control how our boss is. We can't control how that other person is. We can't control politics. We can't control COVID. We can't control any of that. All we can control are what's in our control. Are my behaviors helping me get what it is that I want? So again, unlocking the wisdom and power from stuckness, it's a skill and it's a habit that takes practice to develop. And we don't want to fall into the mistake that I was just describing earlier of not practicing these ideas, for one, and two, only practicing them when it's huge issues, when it's game time. We want to get in the habit of practicing these ideas all day, every day, in the most mundane situations. Again, mastery comes through the mundane. And that's it for today's kind of follow-up reminder and encouragement to not fall into the trap that I've fallen into so many times of making the mistake of getting addicted to the wisdom, getting addicted to all of these cool ideas, all of these awesome principles and models that we can use to help improve our lives, but to actually apply them, to slow down and apply them. And that's part of my goal in these videos that I'm going to be doing on Thursdays, is to really slow things down and challenge all of us to practice these ideas more and more consistently. So I'll be back again on Thursday with some new ideas. But between now and then, I really, really want to encourage you to practice asking yourself, what do I want? And are my behaviors helping me get what I want? And the more mundane, the more playful you can be about this, the sooner you're going to develop the habit and that sense of mastery around it. So when the hard things show up, you're already going to be in the habit of asking yourself that question. What do I want? And are my behaviors helping me get it? That's how we close the gap between where we are right now and where we want to be. Is we got to identify, what do I want? This is our vision out here, the ideal outcome. Are my behaviors, which are the only thing in my control, helping me get what I want? So if you didn't watch the first video on Thursday, check out the feed on my Facebook page there. It's Lori Mage, at Lori Mage 123, or you can look for Lori Mage Life and Leadership Coach. You can check that out there for some additional wisdom. If you liked this video today, please give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, leave a comment below. If you've got questions around anything that I'm sharing now or in the future, please send me a message, put it in the comments below, because I genuinely want to help you live and lead your most authentic, most awesome kick-ass life. What's the point of life if we're not enjoying the heck out of it, being and becoming our best selves, and giving our gifts in service to the greater good? So I really, really want to help you out. So if there's anything confusing, any questions you have or challenges that you're facing, please let me know. I would love to. I know you're not alone, and I would love to do a video on whatever it is that you're coming up against. So again, if you like this, thumbs up, heart, comments below would be awesome. And this was just an added bonus this week. I felt inclined to share this, but you can find me every single week, Thursdays at 12:30. I'll be doing a 15-20 minute talk, and I'll always try to keep it to 10-15 minutes and leave 5-10 minutes for questions afterwards. So if you want to join me for lunch on Thursdays, I would love to see you, or you can check out the replays too. Thanks for watching. I'm going to look at the comments now to see if anyone's hanging out. I don't see any comments, but I do see 2 people hanging out, and I do see some thumbs up. I'm going to learn how to do this because I'm now getting better at it already. So this is video number 2. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have an awesome day and a fantastic weekend, having fun, gaining mastery in the mundane. What do I want? Are my behaviors helping me get it? Wishing you all the best. See ya.